Good afternoon and welcome to Biztech Asian Midday Marketwatch. Our guest today is Phan founder and Chief Investment Officer at Track Record Asia. Leung, welcome to the show.
Hey, hi Brian, how's it going?
I'm good, thank you. Good to have you on the show. Always nice to have you come in. Now, before we get your insights, we're going to take a look at how markets in the region are performing, but we'll first start with Bitcoin. And the cryptocurrency markets. Bitcoin is at 61,347 now. It's down 6.7%. Ethereum is at 4,336.7. It's also down sharply 7.82%. Now, looking across at regional markets, we've got the SGX, which is at 3,240.21. It is now down 0.01%. Now, looking at the ASX 200, it's at 7,737. It is down 0.78%. The KOSPI is at 2,995.54. It's down 0.13%. The Nikkei 225 is at 29,773.5. It's down 0.01%. Shanghai is at 3,543.46. It's up 0.29%. The Hang Seng is at 25,617.5. It's up 0.89%. And rounding up the numbers, we've got the KLCI, which is at 1,525.24. It's up 0.19%. So, V, what is your view on market performance today?
I think today is pretty much nothing day. Markets are, I think, in consolidation phase right now. There's not much to drive it either way. So people are jostling around trying to get a sense of where the next big moves are going to come from. So I think it's just a normal volatility day. Just a normal volatility. Nothing's not much gonna happen until there's a new driver in the market.
Okay, I've got to ask you about crypto markets because that's taken a beating today. What's caused this beating?
I think if you follow crypto markets, you will find that there's really no rhyme or reason for big moves. Bitcoin is about, I guess, 10% off the highs, so it's Ethereum, but it's just yet another day in crypto land. Probably it was a liquidation because margin loans is at recent highs yesterday. It was at recent highs yesterday, and funding rates for futures for margin positions were quite high compared to recent history. So all the short-term speculators, which unfortunately usually bear the brunt of the pain, they're getting liquidated early this morning and probably still now a little bit. That's what's driving markets. It's not any significant news. The significant news was a few days ago that the Bitcoin spot ETS was denied, right, by the SEC of the US to be launched. So that was just a few days ago, but really nothing to fundamentally drive the markets today besides margin liquidations.
Okay, I think V, one of the things that is on investors' minds currently is more related to the US-China virtual summit. I think that's one of the key things. Also, the fact that President Biden has signed off on that $1 trillion infrastructure bill. What are your thoughts on these two events?
Okay, the virtual summit, I think it's a big deal because it's their first conversation that's termed a summit, and I think given the recent high inflation prints in the US, President Biden is pretty much at the mercy of consumer prices going up higher during the holiday season that's coming up, right? So that's when consumers will go shopping for Christmas gifts and they'll start to try to get holidays booked and stuff like that. And this phenomenon of high inflation prints are caused mainly by supply chain constraints. And who else can really help them solve this, but China, right, the biggest producer of goods that they are importing. And given the state of the world, the COVID still, although it seems to be at an ebb, it still seems to be a problem, especially now in Europe, we're seeing a resurgence of cases. So we have a situation where the Fed is not yet ready to start hiking rates. The Fed do not want to respond to the high inflation prints because they truly believe that it's transitory. And I too believe it's transitory regardless of what the financial pundits are saying, right? That alcohol is multi-year highs and it's going to become a problem. But really, there's no need to. There's really no use as well to address supply shocks with monetary policies, right? It's no use to tighten policy when what your problem is that you cannot get the goods that you want, and you really do not want to crush demand just to get prices lower, and you could start a spiral downwards, right? Because you crush demand, then economic recovery gets crushed in the process. So the best way for them to solve this issue is to really to talk to the suppliers, and the problem that they have with China is on multiple fronts, and one of them is that one issue that still lingers is the trade tariffs from Trump administration days. I think it'd be good if they can get a deal with China to start reducing prices that is being passed down to consumers, and the best way to do this is to reduce tariffs. And as well, also, although we are now in November 2021, the midterm elections for the Biden administration for the US is in a year from now, next November 2022, right? And for them to really, they have a very thin majority in both houses, and especially thin in the Senate. They have to consolidate their voters and consolidate their majority, and they have to. And it's always about the economy, right? It's always about the economy, and they have to get spending going. They have to get the consumer. They do not want the consumers to be complaining about inflation going into the elections. They have to solve this issue. So on both fronts, where if you can have better ties with your major supplier, which is China, is going to help you with the prices. And if you can also implement all these spending policies that he's been trying to pass, his infrastructure policy, his climate change policies. So I think this is the path that he's on right now, and he has to push really hard on it because 1 year has passed and there's really not much to show except for, I guess, vaccination rates. But if you look at the polls, his approval ratings are very low right now for first year president.
First year president,
yeah, it's very low. Yeah, and with the majority, typically the party that controls the House, the Senate, and the White House, they typically lose some support into the midterm elections. And if he doesn't do something about it, it's going to be quite ugly going forward, right? And he will not be able to, given that he's controlling both houses, he cannot even get his policies passed. Imagine when he loses the majority in one of them. Yeah.
Absolutely. Lee, as always, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Okay, thanks, Ryan. Take care. See ya.
Now, we've been speaking to Phan Leung, the CIO and founder of the Track Record Asia on Biztech Asian Midday Marketwatch. This video and podcast will be on our various social media platforms as well as our website, www.biztech.asia. Please like and subscribe to our various platforms. Thank you very much for tuning in.